Yes, students. Now we will learn the topic of assessment. It is completely a new topic covered under new syllabus for CS Executive, guys. Previously, this was a part of CS Professional. From now on, whatever we will be learning, no, those topics were actually covered in GST. I'm talking about. From now on, we will learn few topics under GST like assessment, demand and recovery and all. This were the topics which were previously covered under CS Professional. But under new syllabus, they have brought it under what? Executive level. So now, sir, is it a part of executive syllabus? Should we learn it? Of course. So what is it? Simple topic, guys, but you have to be careful because there is a slight difference between the different types of assessment. So assessment means, first of all, what? Guys, it is the calculation or determination of how much GST should I pay. First choice is always for the supplier or registered person. Guys, GST is completely based on what? Self-assessment. I am the one who should calculate what is my output tax on my outward supply. On that, I can adjust what? My input tax credit, which I have paid on my inward supply. If you remember, for payment questions and all, we used to do three calculations. First, output tax. Then, what is the ITC available? Then later, we will adjust the ITC against what? Output tax. And see at the end, how much has to be paid through electronic cash ledger. Correct? Yes. So, that is completely has to be done. That calculations and all has to be done by whom? Registered person. If he doesn't know, obviously we'll appoint some experts who know it. They will take care of it. Now, for some reason, if he is not able to do, then he can request the proper officer, sir, I'm not able to do it, sir. I don't know what is the rate applicable for my goods. You please help me. In that case, the registered person can request the proper officer for provisional assessment. Provisional assessment means the proper officer will help the registered person to determine how much tax he has to pay. How much tax he has to pay, guys. Okay. Now, if the registered person doesn't do any of this, he will not do self-assessment also. He is not requesting the proper officer for provisional assessment also. Will the department let go the registered person? No. What do? They start assessment. They will start the assessment from their side. In that case, consequences will be more. Why? Because they will ask you to pay interest. Interest will anyway be there for delay in payment of tax, plus penalty and all will come, guys. Penalty will come. Why? Because GST is completely, first choice is always self-assessment. If I fail to do, only then they will start their work. So now they are putting extra efforts to collect tax from me. No. Will they collect only tax? No. Along with interest, penalty, and if there is delay in filing the returns, even late fee, guys. So there are different types of assessment which proper officer will be doing it. For whom? For a registered person or a person who is liable to pay GST but not paid. Clear? So what are those? One by one we will see, but I have just given the summary of sections here, guys, whatever we will be covering. Section 59, self-assessment. 60, provisional assessment. 61, scrutiny of returns. Scrutiny means whatever returns I have already filed, guys, the proper officer will cross-check it. Whatever information I have given in the returns, is it right or wrong? Is it fully disclosed or not? Okay. Next, section 62, assessment of non-filers of returns. Means I was supposed to file returns, but I have not filed it. Next one, 63, assessment of unregistered person. Means I was liable to get registered under GST, but I have not at all applied. I have not at all applied. So now on behalf of me, can department do the assessment? Yes. Last one is summary assessment in certain special cases. All these sections is a part of your syllabus, which we will be learning in this topic, guys. Provisions of CGST Act related to assessment is also applicable to IGST Act. Guys, whatever section number I have given here, no, all these are part of which Act? CGST Act. Same to say, mutatis mutandis is also covered under section 20 of IGST Act. Means there is no separate provision for this under IGST Act. Okay, guys, section 20 of IGST Act will clearly tell they are not again covering separate provisions. They are just telling if anything is not separately covered in IGST Act, then whatever is covered in CGST Act will be applicable even for IGST Act. In simple, for interstate supply. Oh. Accordingly, Section 2, Clause 11 of CGST Act 2017, assessment. What is assessment? Assessment has been defined in Section 2, Clause 11, guys, of CGST Act. Assessment means determination of what? Tax liability. Determination of tax liability. See, when you are explaining any answer and all, guys, please try to use the words, keywords used in the law. Because some students will write calculation, determination. Please use the word assessment. Especially when you're explaining any question with respect to this chapter or this topic, please use the word assessment. Clear? We used to use even in income tax, you remember assessment, clear? And assessment year, previous year and all, same way. We cannot use the word, the income, that year in which income is earned, the year in which tax has to be paid. That years are having a different name, correct? Like previous year, assessment year. It is always good to use it. Clear? For example, now assume for you are the company secretaries. Now in the future, assume you are practicing. What are you supposed to do? Secretarial audit. You need to just check whether your clients are following all the law. Are they complying with the law? So what do you write? Assume you are preparing any report. Will you write, my client is following all the law? No. What word we use is, our client is complying with the laws. Correct. Instead of following, obviously it means same, one and the same only. But the word which we used to use is that standard terms, guys. Clear up. So our client is subject to compliance of Companies Act 2013. You will use like that. Instead of telling my client is following the law, we better use that word. Okay, sure. Assessment means determination of tax liability under this act and includes self-assessment, that is by the registered person himself, or reassessment. Reassessment means what? Sir, already calculation is done. I am redoing it again. Why? Because first calculation was wrong, or I am not completely done it. Yes, reassessment. Provisional assessment, which proper official will do on behalf of the registered person. Summary assessment and best judgment assessment. Guys, summary as well as best judgment assessment as well as provisional assessment will be done by whom? The proper officer. Whereas provisional assessment is done at the request of whom? Registered person. I requested the proper officer, you please do calculation on behalf of me. He is doing provisional. Whereas summary and best judgment assessment is when I am doing something which is not fully correct or I am not at all doing, then they will pitch in and they will do assessment on behalf of me. Did I request them? No. They are taking action against me. Okay. In short, assessment under GST means determination of tax liability. Which tax liability, Girish? Income tax liability? No. GST. Okay. And please be careful, guys. Whatever topic we are learning, no, before this also we learned refund. Now assessment. Next we will learn something called as demand and recovery. All these are part of chapter 6 as per ICSI study material. That is the procedural compliance, guys. Okay. Before I move forward, people, this section number I will just give a clarity. I guess we were writing, we had stopped at 53 if I am not wrong in your notebook. Just open the first page of your notebook now. Just check it till where we have written the section numbers. 53. But after that also few sections are covered for your syllabus. After that also. In refund topic we learned now. 54 and 56 we have learned. 55 is not a part of your syllabus. 55 is not a part of your syllabus. But anyway, the topic is there. 55 as a section is not covered for you, but the topic is there, which we already learned, even in registration topic. Okay. I will just show you the section numbers. 53 till 53 we have written. Okay. Next. Refund of tax. Refund of tax. 54 and 56 we learned, guys. 54 and 56 we have learned. Now 55 is talking about refund in certain cases. Person having UIN, you remember, agency of UNO and foreign embassy, they will obtain UIN. Why? To claim a refund of input tax, what they have paid on their inward supply. Inward supply. Guys, that topic we already learned, but as a section, they have not covered it for you. Clear? But still, anyway, topic we already know. Hope you guys remember it. Agency of UNO, Lubna, and foreign embassies, they have to obtain UIN only for the purpose of claiming refund of what? Input tax they have paid on their inward supply. That procedure is covered in section 55, guys. Okay. Sir, what about section 57 and 58? Is it covered in our syllabus? No, guys. But what it talks about? Consumer welfare fund and utilization of consumer welfare fund. Guys, we learned one topic in refund, you remember? If refund is rejected, where the amount will be credited to? Consumer welfare fund. How to constitute that consumer welfare fund is given in section 57. And whatever amount is there in consumer welfare fund, no, for what purpose it has to be utilized? It is given in section 58. 58, guys. Is that clear? Yes. Now, those two is not a part of your syllabus. Now, whatever we will be covering in this chapter is people from section 59 to 64. 59 to 64. I would suggest you to remember the section number along with the provision. If not possible to remember the section number, at least remember provision. At least remember provision. Hoping, let's see if it is given in the order. Anyway, I have put it here only. All this section number, whatever we'll be learning in this chapter. If possible, if you remember it in order, no, in the sequence, it becomes easy. Why I am telling what is not covered for you also, you should not feel that, sir, skip this section. Clear? Because in between, few section is not a part of your syllabus. So we have not covered it. Is that clear? Yes. So whatever we will be learning in this chapter or this sections, anyway, after this also 65, 66, 67 to 72 and all is not a part of your syllabus. But the next topic, what we will learn, that is next topic, demand and recovery, is covered in section 73 to 84. That is a part of your syllabus. That is a part of your syllabus. That we will take care later. First, let us focus on this topic, guys. Okay. I have just given one chart here. Assessment. Assessment can be classified into two main categories, guys. If assessee himself do it, or if registered person, we don't use the word assessee in GST, we use the word registered person. If registered person or the taxpayer is nothing but registered person. If he himself do it, what do we call it as? Self-assessment. Now, sir, he wants to do, but he is not able to do. He is abbu, don't have any knowledge. Or else, he don't know what is the rate applicable for his goods. He is not able to do any classification. He is not able to find what is the HSN code applicable for his goods. Can he request the proper officer to do professional assessment? Yes. Provisional assessment, Jyoti, I am asking for whom? Proper officer. Sir, please do calculation on behalf of me. I am not able to do. In that case, if they accept my request, they will do it. But there are two stages there. Please be careful. In first stage, they will do assessment on estimation basis. Estimation basis. They will tell because now approximately your liability will be 5 lakh, pay it. But this is not the final amount. This is not the final amount. This is based on estimation. I should have agreed. Sir, once you pass final order, no. If there is any difference, I will pay it, sir. I have promised. Whom? Proper officer. Now he passed an initial order telling pay 5 lakh. I have paid. I should also promise him telling, sir, if there is any extra amount, I will pay. Don't worry. Now he will take some time, collect all the evidences, information, everything, and do the actual calculation. Who? Proper officer. Now he will pass an order. Assume he will pass an order for 8 lakh. How much I already paid? 5 lakh. Now remaining 3 lakh should I pay? Yes. After final order. After final order. Or it can be reverse scenario also. Sir, final order is passed only for 4 lakh, sir. How much I already paid? 5 lakh. Sir, actually, as per final order, how much? 4 lakh. But how much I already paid? 5 lakh. Will they refund me 1 lakh? Yes. If you remember, in refund topic, this point was there. If I already paid more, can I claim a refund? Whatever extra I have paid under provisional assessment? Yes, I can claim it. Okay. Next, summary assessment, scrutiny of returns, best judgment assessment also is the assessment where if I fail to do anything, or I have done but not disclosed all the information, or I was supposed to pay tax but not paid, or I have short paid, so they have a doubt on me. Can they start the assessment? Yes, the proper officer can do the assessment, guys. Those things are there. Okay, under best judgment assessment, non-filers and unregistered persons will come. Each of this in detail we will learn, guys. So please be attentive. Actually, it is very easy. If you understand it now itself, then no hectic for you later. Yeah, self-assessment. I already told you guys. Self-assessment. Self means what? I myself is doing it. So I'm not taking anyone else, or there is no intervention of whom? Proper officer. I myself, sir, I am very regular, obedient, filing all returns on time, paying tax on time. Will they disturb me? No, they will not even disturb me. Section 59 of CGST Act 2017 states that every registered person shall self-assess the tax payable under this act and furnish a return for each period as specified under section 39. Not only 39, even 37. 37 talks about what? GSTR 1. But the most important return is 39. Why? Department will get tax from which return? GSTR 3B. Correct? Yes. One anyway you will file. Even if you don't file, then we have told already what? In section 37 itself. Clear? 39. There are various returns covered. What are those? GST 3B, 4 for composition supplier, 5 for NRTP, 5A for the person who is supplying online information and database access or retrieval services, 6, 7. All these are covered in section 39. Thus, GST has continued with the legacy of tax philosophy of what? Self-assessment, where trust is placed on the assessee to determine its tax liability on its own and file the returns. All your responsibility. Guys, including registration. When you are covered in section 22 or 24, you are the one who are supposed to apply for registration. Will someone remind you? No, no one will remind you. But if you don't apply, if the department get the smell of it, can they send a notice to you? Yes, they can send a notice. We have that. We will see that later. I was supposed to get registered but not registered. Can they intervene and disturb my business? Yes, disturb my business in the sense they want to collect whatever I am liable to pay under GST. That and all we will take care later. And once I take registration, from the effective date of registration, guys, what is the effective date of registration? Rule 10 talks. Rule 10 talks about what? Effective date of registration. If I have applied for registration within 30 days, from the date I am liable, then what is the effective date of registration? The date on which I was liable. Sir, no, sir, I am not applied within 30 days. Then the effective date of registration is the date on which the registration is granted. From that day, should I pay output tax from the effective date of my registration? Yes. Should I file the returns? Yes. Every month or every quarter, I should do it. Payment of tax will always be monthly, but if it is returns, monthly is also there, or under QRMP, the quarterly also is for GSTR 1 and 3B. Guys, we already learned to know what are the different types of returns, who has to file it within what time and all. So everyone, whoever is supposed to file the returns, they have to file it within the due date. Clear? Yes. That is what is called as self-assessment. Self-assessment, very simple. Guys, if I do whatever I am supposed to do, then everything is peaceful. Everything will go smoothly. Sir, no, sir. I'm not able to do it. I'm Abu Dabbu. I'm not able to understand anything about GST. Now I'm not able to appoint any expert also. Or else my expert also is not understanding. Clear? What to do? In that case, can I request the proper officer? Yes. He is expert of expert. Okay. Now, this will normally not happen in every case, guys. Only assume, sir, I am doing some unique business. I don't know what is the rate applicable for my goods. I don't know what is the rate applicable for my services. Or I am not knowing or I'm not understanding how to calculate value of supply. I'm not understanding ABCD of valuation rules. Can I request the proper officer now? Yes. Provisional assessment, section 60. Section 60 of CGST Act 2017 provides that, guys, you understood the steps now? See, before reading, because too much is there to understand. But very simple, very simple. Who is asking for provisional assessment, people? Registered person. For whom he is requesting? Proper officer or in simple GST department. Okay. If they accept my request, they will start. But first step is what? First step is what? They will do estimation and ask, because you pay this much. But they will also take a guarantee from me telling, sir, whatever extra is there or shortage is there, if especially extra, I will pay it, sir. I promise you, sir. I promise you, sir. Because whatever is already asked to pay at the first stage is not the final amount. It is just based on what? Estimation. So they asked me to pay 5 lakh. Based on what? Estimation, provisional assessment. Now, proper officer will take some time. He will ask me to give all the details, information, everything. He will ask me, should I give it? Yes, because he is doing calculation on behalf of me, no? Yes, whatever he asks, I need to give it with respect to my business. So, in that case, assume he has done a final calculation, he has passed a final order. He has passed a final order. Guys, provisional assessment, estimation, based on estimation, how much did I pay? Hello, how much did I pay? 5 lakh. Now, final order normally will not be exactly 5 lakh. Correct? It might be less than 5 lakh or more than 5 lakh. Let us take it as 7 lakh. What should I do? I should pay remaining 2 lakh and give a proof of that to the proper officer. There ends the responsibility of both registered person as well as proper officer. Sir, next year also should I take the help of proper officer? I don't think so. Now I would have understood. Proper officer also told, hey, Vikas, this is what you have to do, man. From next year, can I continue with self-assessment? Yes. Okay. Second scenario, Assume guys, they told only 4 lakh. Final order is passed only for 4 lakh. Lottery. 1 lakh refund can I claim? Yes. I have already paid 5 lakh. So my actual tax liability is only 4 lakh. So I can claim a refund of 1 lakh. Did you understand the procedure? Yes. Same thing is given in this section. Let us see. Section 60 of CGST Act 2017 provides that, what is it? Subsection 1. Subject to the provisions of subsection 2, where a taxable person is unable to determine the value of goods or services or both. Means I am not able to calculate the value as per section 15 or as per the valuation rules. Or determine the rate of tax applicable thereto. Sir, I am supplying this product, but I don't know what is the rate. I am also not able to do the classification of goods. I don't know the HSN code applicable for these goods. Can I request the proper officer? Yes. He may request a proper officer in writing, giving reasons for payment of tax on provisional basis. And the proper officer shall pass an order within a period of not later than 90 days from the date of receipt of such request, allowing payment of tax on what basis? Provisional basis. At such rate or on such value as may be specified by him. Proper officer will tell, okay, what is the amount you have to pay or at what rate you need to pay GST. Is that clear? So you will approve that within how many days, guys? Assume I have requested for provisional assessment. Within 90 days, they will approve it. They will tell, okay, because we will take care of provisional assessment. Subsection 2. The payment of tax on provisional basis may be allowed if a taxable person executes a bond in such form as may be prescribed, and with such surety or security as the proper officer may deem fit, binding the taxable person for payment of difference between the amount of tax as may be finally assessed and the amount of tax provisionally assessed. Simple, guys. When I am requesting for a provisional assessment, I should also give a promise to whom? To the proper officer, telling, sir, you tell initially how much I will pay it. But later, if there is any difference also, I will pay it, sir. For that, I am giving you a bond plus surety, sir. Why is that bond and surety, guys? It is for the purpose that, sir, what you are telling now is not final. I am agreeing that today. I am agreeing that today. Tomorrow, if there is any difference, I will pay it, sir. I will pay it, because sometimes what happens? No, the registered person only will go reverse against proper officer. This has happened actually in the previous law and all. Assume I requested the proper officer, sir, you tell as per your calculation I will pay. He told 5 lakh. Later he passed a final order telling 7 lakh you pay. I put a case against proper officer only. Telling initially you told 5 lakh, now you are telling 7 lakh. How can you do it? You don't know the law. Why did you do wrong calculation at the beginning? Clear? So people will do like that. That is why in the law itself they have put a safety provision telling, see, first what I am telling is purely based on estimation. That is not the final amount. You should promise me, you should give a bond, security, surety, telling if there is any difference as per the final order, you will pay it. You will pay it. Only if you agree, we will go forward. If not, I will not take your case. Okay. Subsection 3. The proper officer shall within a period not exceeding 6 months. Okay, means within 6 months in simple. From the date of the communication of the order issued under subsection 1, pass the final assessment order. Initially it was estimation, now final order. After taking into account such information as may be required for finalizing the assessment. So you will collect all the information and pass a final order. To pass final order, what is the time limit, guys? 6 months. Please listen. I made a request to the proper officer. Within how many days he should allow me to pay tax under provisional basis? 90 days, based on estimation. And once he make this order, that is provisional order, you need to pass the final order within how many months? 6 months. Hope you are understanding. Yes, sir. From the date of communication of order issued under subsection 1. First order is what, guys? Provisional order. Provisional order. It is like initial. What is the final order? Which we are learning in subsection 3. I repeat, please listen. Who made a request for provisional assessment? Registered person. Once the proper officer, assume you are the proper officer, you received the request from me. Within how many days you should allow me to pay tax under provisional assessment? 90 days. That is provisional order. As per subsection 1. Once you pass provisional order, how much time you have to pass final order? 6 months. So 6 months has to be counted after you pass provisional order as per subsection 1. Please be careful. 6 months is not from the day I made an application. 6 months is from the day you made provisional order as per subsection 1. Okay. Provided that the period specified in this subsection may, on sufficient cause being shown and for reasons to be recorded in writing, be extended by the joint commissioner or additional commissioner for a further period not exceeding 6 months. Okay. Now, joint commissioner or additional commission, in short we call it as JC or AC, as a right to extend it for another 6 months. Normal period is 6. They can extend it for another 6 months. And commissioner has a power to extend it for another 4 years. JC or AC, 6 months. Whereas if it is above the person, that is commissioner, he can extend it for how many years? 4 years. Means this time limit. Means if it is a complicated case and all, which cannot be completed in 6 months, will JC, AC or commissioner has a power to extend this time? Yes, guys. They have the power to extend it. But maximum extension for AC or sorry, by AC or JC is 6 months. Or by a commissioner, maximum extension is what? 4 years. Now assume commissioner is extending only by 1 year. Can he do it? Yes. Guys, maximum they told 4 years. That doesn't mean that always 4 years. Can it be 1 year, 2 year, 3 years? Yes, it can be. Fourth one. The registered person shall be liable to pay interest on any tax payable on the supply of goods or services or both under provisional assessment, but not paid on the due date. At the rate specified under section 50 subsection 1, how much is that rate? 18% per annum. From the first day after the due date of payment of tax in respect of said supply of goods or services or both, till the date of actual payment, whether such sum is paid before or after the issuance of order for final assessment. Simple. I had already paid 5 lakh on provisional basis. Now final order is passed for 7 lakh. I should pay it within the due date. If I don't pay it after the due date, will interest be levied on 2 lakh? Yes, not on entire 7 lakh, only on 2 lakh. Because what is the due amount? 2 lakh. On 2 lakh, interest at 18% will be counted from the day succeeding the payment date or due date of payment. Yes. Subsection 5. Where the registered person is entitled to a refund consequent to the order of final assessment under subsection 3, subject to the provisions of section 54 subsection 8, interest shall be paid on such refund as provided in section 56. Guys, simple. I had already paid 5 lakh on provisional basis, but now final order is assumed passed for 4 lakh. I am eligible for a refund of how much? 1 lakh. Can I apply for it? Yes. Once final order is passed, I will make an application in GST RFD 01. Within 60 days, they have to give me the refund? Yes, but they delayed. They delayed beyond 60 days. From 61st day, will interest start? Yes, it will start. At what rate? 6%. 6%, guys. That is what we already learned under section 56. Is that clear? Yes, we already learned the refund topic, guys. Okay. Rule 98 of CGST rules provides that every registered person requesting for payment of tax on provisional basis in accordance with the provisions of section 60 subsection 1 shall furnish an application along with documents in support of this request electronically in form GST ASMT 01 on common portal. ASMT stands for what, people? Assessment. Clear? So as per subsection 1, I will make a request, no? I will make a request, right? Yes. That request has to be in which form? ASMT 01. Clear? That form numbers are not given in the section. They are giving it in the rules. Okay, sir. I requested the proper officer, sir, please take my case under provisional. Sub rule 2. The proper officer may, on receipt of the application under sub rule 1, issue a notice, not the order, notice in form GST ASMT 2 requiring the registered person to furnish an additional information or documents in support of his request. And applicant shall file a reply to the notice in GST ASMT 03 and may appear in person before the said officer if he desires so. Very simple. Now, I have made an application for you. You are a proper officer to asking you, sir, please do provisional assessment. Now, can you ask for any additional information? Yes. Now you have to do assessment on behalf of me, no? Can you ask for any information from me? Yes. For that, you will send a notice to me. in ASMT 02. And for that notice, should I respond? Yes, in ASMT 03. Or if you ask me to come and meet you, should I come and meet you in person? Yes. That is what. Only if you ask. Clear. If not, can you just ask me to send the details, information, documents? Yes. Next. The proper officer shall issue an order in form GST ASMT 04 allowing the payment of tax on provisional basis, indicating the value or the rate or both on the basis of which the assessment is to be allowed on provisional basis and the amount for which the bond is to be executed and security to be furnished not exceeding 25% of the amount covered under the bond. Guys, simple. Now once they are accepting the provisional assessment, they will pass the order of what? Provisional assessment order, not final order, provisional assessment order. And they will also tell for me to execute a bond and surety. Bond and both are like a guarantee, guys. Telling, sir, whatever you tell in final order, no, I will pay it, sir. If there is any difference, I will pay it, sir. I will obey by your order also, sir. Clear? Because once assume the proper officer passed an order for 7 lakh. Now can I tell, no, whatever you have calculated is not correct, anta? First of all, I didn't know how to calculate. I requested him. He has done the calculation. Now, can I do any trick with him? No. Sir, you are God. Whatever you are telling is right, sir. I will agree with it. For that, all this guarantee, surety, bond and all is required, guys. Okay. So that has to be given in which form, guys? ASMT 04. Next one. Okay. He is asking for it. Who? Proper officer. The registered person shall execute a bond in accordance with the provisions of section 60 subsection 2 in form GST ASMT 05 along with a surety or security in the form of bank guarantee for an amount as determined under rule 3. Assume, guys, they have asked for a bond of 3 lakh. Security should be how much? For a maximum 25% of 3 lakh. Bond also they are asking, security also they are asking. Assume the bond I have given for 3 lakh. Security should be for how much? Maximum 25% of 3 lakh. Is that clear? So whatever they ask for, I am giving it in ASMT 05. Yes. Proviso. Provided that a bond furnished to a proper officer under SGST Act or IGST Act shall be deemed to be the bond furnished under the provisions of this Act. This Act means which Act, people? CGST. And the rules made thereunder. Sir, should I give bond and surety under each act separately? No. If I had given it under the respective SGST Act of the state or under the IGST Act, that is enough. Explanation. For the purposes of this rule, the expression amount shall include the amount of IGST or CGST or SGST or UTGST and also cess payable in respect of a transaction, guys. Okay, wherever they have mentioned the amount, it is nothing but the amount liable to be paid under GST, including cess. Subrule 5. The proper officer shall issue a notice in form GST ASMT 06. Again, notice. Already one notice was given asking for the information. Correct? That is for provisional order. Now we will pass final order within 6 months. No. For that, can he ask again an information? Yes, because before he pass final order, assume he wants more information. Kotresh, he wants more information. Inna jasti beku. Can he ask? Yes. Subrule 5. The proper officer shall issue a notice in form GST ASMT 06 calling for information and records required for finalization of assessment under section 60 subsection 3 and shall issue a final assessment order specifying the amount payable by a registered person or the amount refundable, if any, in form GST ASMT 07. Okay. So now is issuing a notice, and after issuing notice, can he pass a final order? Yes, final order will be passed in which form number, guys? ASMT 07. He is asking for additional information if required in ASMT 06. And after he receives it, can he pass a final order? Yes. And what is the time limit to pass final order also? We already learned here. Subsection 3 here. Clear? 6 months plus 6 months or plus 4 years also. Okay, sir. Next, subrule 6. The applicant may file an application in form GST ASMT 08 for the release of security furnished under subrule 4 after the issue of order under sub-rule 5. That is, once the final order is passed, can the applicant or registered person can ask for, sir, I had given one security bond and all, no, please give it back, sir. Please give it back. He can request in ASMT 08. Sub-rule 7. The proper officer shall release the security furnished under sub-rule 4 after ensuring that applicant has paid the amount specified in sub-rule 5 and issue an order in form GST ASMT 09 within a period of 7 working days from the date of receipt of application under sub-rule 6. Simple. Sir, now final order is passed by the proper officer. As per final order, I was supposed to pay 7 lakh. But I already paid how much? 5 lakh. Now if I have paid remaining 2 lakh and I have asked for release of security, if all this is done, the proper officer will release my security and he will pass an order telling, sir, everything case closed. Clear? Closed. With respect to what? This provisional assessment. That final thing, conclusion he will tell in what? GST ASMT 09. Please be careful. This is not final order. He is concluding this case in ASMT 09. Okay, guys. Done with provisional assessment. Done with provisional assessment. What is the analysis? At the end, in simple, I have given the analysis. What is it? Summary. In simple, summary. Thus, the aforesaid provisions relating to provisional assessment give an opportunity to a registered person to determine its tax liability on provisional basis without attracting penal provision under the Act. Because sometimes what happens? No, if I don't know what to do, if I remain silent, then they will start their action. Who? Proper officers. If they start their actions, then penal provisions also will get attracted. I will end up paying tax, interest plus penalty. If not, if I don't know how to do the calculation, if I request the proper officer, then it will come under provisional assessment. Will they charge penalty for it? No, guys. Maximum is tax, whatever I am supposed to pay, plus if there is a delay in payment of tax, interest. That's all. It requires a prior permission from the proper officer and is required to furnish bond or such security as the proper officer seeks to secure the interest of revenue. Okay, that is just for a guarantee purpose. So that if there is any excess to be paid by me, I will pay it as per the final order. The proper officer is, however, mandated to finalize the assessment within the prescribed timelines because provisional or the estimation is not final within 6 months, which can be further extended. Within that time, a final order has to be passed. That's all about provisional assessment. Okay. Guys, two important things we finished. What is it? I myself will do self-assessment. If I am not able to do it, I will request for provisional. I didn't do both. I didn't do both, but I was supposed to do. I was supposed to do. They will start. Clear or else scrutiny assessment can be like this. Sir, I have filed the return, sir, but I have not given full information. My actual sales is 50 lakh, sir, but I have disclosed only 30 lakh. Whether proper officer will get to know or not. They cross-checked and they got to know. What I have disclosed is not full. There is some omission. There is some omission. So will they send a notice to me? Yes. Telling, sir, you have done, you have filed the returns, but not fully, sir. You have not disclosed full information. Guys, they have all the power to cross-check whatever I have given the information. It is completely based on self-assessment. That doesn't mean that whatever I have done, they believe it to be correct. If I have done it correctly, good, fair enough. They will not disturb me. If not, they will do all the cross-checking. I told you, even income tax is auto-linked for GST purpose. CBIC, CBDT, are they working together? Obviously, both comes under central government. Clear? Yes, they have divided. I will not involve in your work. You will not involve in my work. They will see if there is no necessity, they will not involve. But if required, can they take the help of each other? Yes. Guys, please be careful. When I am applying for registration under GST also, they will ask for my PAN. And PAN is a unique number for what purpose? Income tax purpose. And before approving the registration, they will also cross-check with CBDT database. CBDT database, they will cross-check. We learned this in registration topic. Hope you remember it. Okay, let us see this. Section 61, scrutiny assessment, guys. The registered person is entitled to determine its tax liability on its own GST officer is, however, empowered to scrutinize the return to verify its correctness. So once I have filed the returns, is it final? Guys, from my side, my work is done. But can it be cross-verified by the department? Yes. The officer will ask for explanation on any discrepancies noticed in the returns. Guys, discrepancies means what? Differences. As per the evidences they have collected, my outward supply is 10 lakh, but I have disclosed how much? Only 8 lakh. Only 8 lakh. Can they ask me to explain for the difference? Yes. See, they will first send a notice to me telling why is this difference. If I can explain, give a proper reasons, then they will drop the case. If not, they will take it to the next level. Of Section 61 of CGST Act 2017 provides that subsection 1. The proper officer may scrutinize the written and related particulars furnished by a registered person to verify the correctness of the written and inform him of the discrepancies noticed, if any. Discrepancies is nothing but the differences. What I have given in the returns is not matching with the information available with the department, if any, in such manner as may be prescribed, and seek his explanation thereto. So the proper officer is first giving me what, guys? Notice, asking me to explain it or to reply for it. Subsection 2. In case the explanation is found acceptable, whatever I gave, he is happy with it. The registered person shall be informed accordingly and no further action shall be taken in this regard. So whatever reply I gave is happy. Will they take this case forward? No. They will tell, we will end it. You can continue with your work. They will tell me. Subsection 3. Sir, what? I gave reply for which they are not accepting. They are not happy with it. They are not satisfied with it. Or else I didn't reply only. They sent a notice. I saw and kept it in my pocket. Why should I reply in that? Now see what they can do. In case no satisfactory explanation is furnished within a period of 30 days of being informed by the proper officer, or such further period as may be permitted by him, or where the registered person, after accepting the discrepancies, fails to take corrective measure in his return for the month in which discrepancy is accepted. Means, guys, first case is I am not at all replied, or else I have replied but they are not happy with my reply. They are not satisfied with it, or else they sent a notice. I told, sir, okay, sir. Okay, whatever you are telling, I will agree with it. I am supposed to pay 5 lakh as per that, but I didn't pay. I didn't pay. I accepted. I am supposed to pay 5 lakh, but I didn't pay. But I didn't pay in that case. The proper officer may initiate appropriate action, including those under section 65 or 66, which is audit, guys, or section 67, or proceed to determine the tax and other dues under section 73, 74, or 74A. 73, 74, 74A talks about recovery, guys. Demand and recovery. Means, if I don't pay what I'm supposed to pay, can they snatch it from me? Yes. And they know how to do it. Clear? Obviously, in that case, they are putting more efforts. Will they collect only tax and interest? No, no. That comes with penalty also. That comes with penalty. Section 73, 74 and 74A is a part of your syllabus, which we will be learning next after this. After assessment topic. Okay. Fine. Section we have covered, guys. Now, it has to be read with rules. Rule 99. What is Rule 99 talking about? Rule 99 of CGST rules provides that sub-rule 1, where any return furnished by a registered person is selected for scrutiny. Okay. The proper officer has selected my returns for what? Cross-checking, scrutiny purpose. The proper officer shall scrutinize the same in accordance with the provisions of section 61 with reference to the information available with him. And in case of any discrepancy, he shall issue a notice to the said person in form GST ASMT 10, informing him of such a discrepancy and seeking his explanation thereto within such time not exceeding 30 days from the date of service of notice, or such further period as may be permitted by him, and also where possible quantifying the amount of tax, interest and any other amount payable in relation to such discrepancy. What, Nikhil? Anything important is happening there? Listen. When proper officer is sending a notice, he should also tell, sir, what is the amount of difference? On that, what is the amount of interest and all? And also, what is the time limit for a registered person to reply for this notice? 30 days. 30 days, guys. Sub-rule 2. The registered person may accept the discrepancy mentioned in the notice issued under Sub-rule 1 and pay the tax, interest and any other amount arising from such discrepancy and inform the same or furnish an explanation for discrepancy in form GST ASMT 11 to the proper officer. Means, sir, he will give a notice, proper officer will give a notice in ASMT 10. The registered person should reply for it in ASMT 11. And he should either reply telling, no, sir, I am not liable to pay. Whatever I have disclosed is correct. Or else, if I am accepting the difference, I should pay that amount and the details of that payment has to be mentioned in ASMT 11. Telling, sir, whatever notice you sent, it was true, sir. I have paid less amount. Now I have paid this amount along with interest, sir. The proof of that I have attached for this ASMT 11, sir. So the details has to be given in ASMT 11. Last sub-rule, where the explanation furnished by a registered person or the information submitted under sub-rule 2 is found to be acceptable, the proper officer shall inform him accordingly in form GST ASMT 12. Sir, I replied to the notice telling, no, sir, this is actually the reason why there is a difference. No, I explained the reason and he is okay with it. He is accepting it. In that case, he will inform me in ASMT 12, telling, okay, whatever reply you gave, it was satisfactory for me. Who will tell this? The proper officer. To whom? To the registered person. Through which form? Savita? Through which form? ASMT 12. Off. Done with scrutiny assessment. Scrutiny assessment. Next is best judgment assessment. Best judgment assessment is, guys, I was supposed to file returns, but I am not filed. Now, the proper officer might not have complete information what and all I have done, but based on whatever information he has, he will pass best judgment assessment. Correct now, because that might be not exactly accurate, 100% right. Because I would have done, assume, number of transactions. Will proper officer know each and everything? May not be. So based on the information available with him, to the best of his knowledge, he will pass an order, which is called as best judgment assessment. Or else, the next one is, sir, I was liable to get registered, sir. I am covered in either section 22 or 24, where I was supposed to take registration, but I am not at all applied, sir. I am not at all applied. Does it mean that I can escape from tax liability? No. In that case also, can proper officer pass best judgment assessment order? Yes, guys. That is what we are going to learn now. Under best judgment assessment, two things are there: non-filers, unregistered persons. Both will come. Assessment of non-filers of return, section 62. Section 62 of CGST Act 2017 provides that, notwithstanding anything to the contrary contained in section 73, 74 or 74A, all three talks about demand and recovery. Where a registered person fails to furnish the return under section 39 or 45. 45 is what? Final return. Sir, my registration is cancelled, sir. One last time, should I tell goodbye? Yes, by filing final return. Okay. Even after the service of notice under section 46, the proper officer may proceed to assess the tax liability of the said person to the best of his judgment. To the best of his judgment means, because, guys, he might not be 100% accurate, because you are not filing your returns. Will proper officer will know all the information in and out? May not be. Whatever information he has, to the best of his knowledge, he will pass the order. Okay. Taking into account all the relevant material which is available or which he has gathered, and issue an assessment order within a period of 5 years from the date specified under section 44 for furnishing of the annual return for the financial year to which the tax not paid relates to. Guys, please pay attention. Important. Now, before this, before section 62, there is one more section which we should know, which I already covered. Section 46. In returns chapter, we covered it. Assume, guys, I am supposed to file the returns. but I am not filed within the due date. Proper officer will first send a notice under section 46, not under section 62, notice under section 46. Within 15 days of receiving the notice under section 46, what should I do? I should file my pending returns. File my pending returns, but even in that case, late fee will be levied under section 47. Late fee for delay in filing the returns is given in which section? 47. Will it be levied? Yes. But even after receiving the notice as per section 46, still I have not filed the returns. Still I have not filed the returns. Can proper officer proceed further with section 62? Yes. I repeat, when I have not filed the returns within due date, what is the first step? They will send me the notice as per section 46. Within 15 days, I should respond to it and file the returns. But I am not done it. I am not done it. Now, can the proper officer go with a best judgment assessment as per section 62? Yes, he can go ahead. And to pass this best judgment assessment, what is the time limit? What is the time limit, Emma? Within what time can he pass best judgment assessment? Within 5 years. 5 years from when? Please listen, that is important. 5 years from when? Guys, listen. Sir, whatever returns I was supposed to file, no, that is for the year 25-26. Maybe not for the complete year. Assume for 25-26, I was supposed to file GSTR 1 and 3B every month or every quarter plus annual return. Plus annual return. Assume I am not filed GSTR 3B for few months of 25-26. For financial year 25-26, I am not filed which return, people? GSTR 3B for few months. Okay. What is the due date to file GSTR 9 annual return for 25-26? It is 31st December. I will write it here. 31st December of next financial year, which is 31st December 2026. Now from here, the proper officer has how much time? Plus 5 years. Plus 5 years. Now for whatever returns I have not filed for any month or any quarter of financial year 25-26, the proper officer will have a right to pass best judgment assessment order till what time? Plus 5 years from the due date of filing annual return. Guys, annual return will be filed in which form? GSTR 9. GSTR 9. So 5 years means till when, sir? It will be till. Let me write it here. 31st December 31, guys. 31. So with respect to financial year 25-26, the proper officer will have time till 31st December 2031 to pass which order? Best judgment assessment order. Clear? Yes, sir. As per rule 100, the order of assessment made under section 62 subsection 1 shall be issued in form ASMT 13 and summary thereof shall be uploaded electronically in form GST DRC 7. Guys, listen. Best judgment assessment order as per section 62 will be passed within 5 years from the due date of filing the returns, that is annual return. In which form? ASMT 13. Who will pass this? Proper officer. And you should update the summary of this in GST DRC 07, where? On GST portal. DRC stands for demand and recovery, which is our next topic. Hope you're understanding. I repeat again. Guys, please listen. Simple steps. You just know the steps. If I file the returns within the due date, no problem at all. But whatever return I am supposed to file under section 39 or 45, what and all is covered? Please be careful. 37 they have not covered here. 37 they have not covered. Only 39 and 45. Whatever returns I am supposed to file under section 39 or 45, please be careful. Under section 39 there are number of returns. Okay, like 3B, 4, 5, 5A, 6 and 7. Okay. If I have not filed any of these returns within the due date, first step is they will send a notice as per section 46. In response to this notice, I should file my pending returns within how many days? 15 days. We have already learned this in returns chapter 46, section 46. And if I file the returns in response to the notice, will they charge me late fee as per section 47? Yes. Guys, assume I was supposed to file GSTR 3B within 20th of next month. But there is a delay. From 21st, late fee will be charged. plus for delay in payment of tax, interest as per section 50 at 18%. For delay in payment of tax, interest. For delay in filing the returns, late fee as per section 47. Interest under section 50, late fee under section 47. But even after receiving the notice under section 46, I didn't file my returns. What is the next step? The proper officer will start with best judgment assessment as given in section 62. As given in section 62. What is the time limit to pass this order? Within 5 years from the due date of filing annual returns. Okay. Subsection 2. Where a registered person furnishes a valid return within 30 days of service of assessment order under subsection 1, the said assessment order shall be deemed to have been withdrawn, but the liability for payment of interest under section 50 subsection 1, that is at 18%, or for payment of late fee under section 47 shall continue. Shall continue. That is, once the final order is passed, that is best judgment assessment order in ASMT 13, within 30 days of passing this order, if I have filed my returns and paid all the tax along with interest, then they will tell the case is concluded. No more procedure. No more procedure. Sir, what even after passing this order, still I have not filed returns. I have not paid tax. Then they will start with demand and recovery. Then they will start with what? Demand and recovery, guys. Next, second one under this. Assessment of unregistered person, section 63. Guys, see, unregistered person means, sir, now you are not supposed to take registration. Can they come and do assessment for you? No. Why? She is not at all liable. She is not at all liable. For whom are they targeting here is, sir, I was liable to take registration, but not registered. But not registered. You remember I had given Voskote Biryani's example. That is what happened. Actually, this is what happened with them. Their turnover has crossed 20 lakh, 40 lakh, every turnover they have crossed. World business, biryani business. Clear? Yashas, you remember? But even after crossing so much of limits, even though they were liable for registration, they had not applied. They are not applied for registration. That case will fall here, guys. Section 63 of CGST Act 2017 provides, notwithstanding anything to the contrary contained in section 73, 74 or 74A, where a taxable person fails to obtain registration, even though liable to do so, or whose registration has been cancelled under section 29 subsection 2, but who was liable to pay tax, the proper officer may proceed to assess the tax liability of such taxable person to the best of his judgment for the relevant tax period and issue an assessment order within a period of 5 years, same time period, from the date specified under section 44. Guys, what is covered in section 44? Annual return. For furnishing of annual return of the financial year to which the tax not paid relates to. Same calculations, guys. Like this. Assume I was supposed to get registered in the year 25-26, but I am not registered. Now, what is the limit for the proper officer to pass the assessment order? Within 5 years from the due date of filing annual return. Yes, sir. Provided that no such assessment order shall be passed without giving the person an opportunity of being heard. Means in simple, first notice has to be given to the person. He will respond. After that, order will be passed. And guys, one more thing important here. See, sir, I was supposed to get registered but not registered. Can they pass the order here? Yes. Or else second case is, I was registered. My registration is cancelled. Now what am I called as? Unregistered person. We learnt in section 29, when a cancellation order is passed, whatever is liable to be paid before the cancellation, should I pay it? Yes. But what if I am not paid it? Can they pass the order under section 63? Yes. Once my registration is cancelled, till the date of effective date of cancellation, I was liable to pay GST, but I am not paid. Can the proper officer go ahead to pass the order under section 63? Yes, he can. As per Rule 100, the proper officer shall issue a notice to a taxable person in accordance with the provisions of section 63 in form GST ASMT 14 containing the grounds on which the assessment is proposed to be made on best judgment assessment, and after allowing a time of 15 days to respond to such person to furnish his reply, and then pass an order in form GST ASMT 15 final order. Clear? So guys, before the order is passed under section 63, an opportunity of being heard has to be given to the person. So notice will be given to him in what form? ASMT 14, and the person has to reply for it within 15 days. And once he reply, a final order will be passed under section 63 in ASMT 15. In ASMT 15. Yes, sir. Last one is summary assessment. Summary assessment, guys. Summary assessment in certain special cases. Section 64. Section 64 of CGST Act 2017 provides that subsection 1. The proper officer may, on any evidence showing a tax liability of a person coming to his notice, with the previous permission of additional commissioner, that is AC, or joint commissioner, JC, proceed to assess the tax liability of such person to protect the interest of revenue and issue an assessment order if he has sufficient grounds to believe that any delay in doing so may adversely affect the interest of revenue. Guys, simple. Sir, I have paid the tax, I have filed the returns, but one proper officer had identified that what I have paid is not full. What I have paid is not full, and he has a solid evidence for it. Now he is taking a permission from AC or JC telling, sir, can I go forward and collect tax from this person? If I leave it now, then we may lose the tax. We may lose the tax. Varsha, what is happening? So, with the previous proper officer, he cannot himself assume some inspector or someone has identified this. Can he go and issue the notice and all? No. First, he should take the permission from whom? AC or AC or JC. Okay. And he has a strong evidence to believe that, sir, this person was supposed to pay that much, but he has not paid. So, in the interest of revenue to the government, can they start the proceedings under section 64? Yes. Provided that where a taxable person to whom the liability pertains is not ascertainable and such liability pertains to supply of goods, the person in charge of such goods shall be deemed to be the taxable person, liable to be assessed and liable to pay tax and any other amount due under this section. Look at the beauty now. See, an officer has identified that, sir, a person is supposed to pay 10 crore tax, but he has not paid. But now when asked, who is that person? He don't. Who is that person? He don't. Now, there is someone who is supposed to pay 10 crore, darshan. But proper officer doesn't know who is that. And this 10 crore is supposed to be paid with respect to goods. Now, what they're telling is, the person who is in the possession of goods, no. Can I ask that person to pay that? Yes. Now assume the goods with respect to which tax was supposed to be paid, that goods is now with Yashas. That goods is with whom? Yashas. Yashas has a possession of that goods. Now, can I straight away tell the person responsible to pay this 10 crore is Yashas? Yes. They have that power. They have that power. Whoever is enjoying the possession of goods, no. They can make them responsible to pay tax. Or else, if Yashas knows that, no, sir, goods doesn't belong to me. I'm just keeping it with me. This goods belongs to Gurumurthy. Akotputa. Okay, now, can proper officer question Gurumurthy? Yes. Is that clear? Simple. It is their strategy. Now, if I target Yashas, he will tell this goods belongs to whom. Or if goods belongs to Yashas only, he has to pay. If not, he has to tell this goods belongs to whom. This goods belongs to whom. Simple. As per Rule 100, order of assessment under section 64(1) shall be issued in form GST A70 16, and a summary of order shall be uploaded electronically in form GST DRC 7, guys. So, As per section 64, summary assessment order will be passed in which form number, guys? In form number GST ASMT 16. And the summary of this has to be uploaded on GST portal. In which form number? DRC 07. DRC 07. Subsection 2. On an application made by taxable person within 30 days from the date of receipt of order passed under subsection 1 or on his own motion, if the additional commissioner or joint commissioner consider that such order is erroneous, that is by mistake it is passed, he may withdraw such order and follow the procedure laid down in section 73, 74 or 74A, recovery. Simple, guys. Now, sir, they have passed the summary assessment order as per subsection 1 and they are given it assumed to uh, Girish. They have given it to Girish. Now Girish, after receiving it, shocked. How come it is given to me? Nowhere I am responsible. So he made an application. Within 30 days of receiving the order, he was shocked. He made an application telling, sir, please cross check. This is not for me. Not for me. I am nowhere connected to this. In that case, can they withdraw whatever order they have passed as per subsection 1? Yes, they can withdraw. As per Rule 100, the person referred to in section 64 subsection 2 may file an application for withdrawal of assessment order. In which form? Girish can make an application for withdrawal. In which form? ASMT 17 within 30 days of receiving the summary assessment order. As per Rule 100, the order of withdrawal or as the case may be rejection of application under section 64 subsection 2 shall be issued in form GST ASMT 18. That is, once Girish made an application to me or proper officer telling, no, sir, this is not for me, the final order has to be passed by proper officer in ASMT 18. Either rejecting Girish request telling, no, Girish, you are supposed to pay. That order can be passed, or else withdrawal of the order, whichever is already passed under subsection 1, telling, okay, sorry, Girish, it was by mistake. It was by mistake. Either of the two can be mentioned in ASMT 18, guys. Clear? Yes. So this is all about different types of assessment, guys.